Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to Coffee and Sports, the morning show. I'm here with Mo this morning. Mo, how you doing, brother?
I'm blessed. It's a Tuesday and we're talking sports. What can be better than that?
How was your weekend, man?
It was okay. I've had better, but it was okay.
So this morning, Mo, you missed a few things yesterday, man. I don't know if you seen, man, but we got our boy Mayweather talking about he want a rematch with Pacquiao, but he has inserted another fight in between the one after Tyson. So he got a fight, was this April? He got one in June and now one in September. What you think about Floyd coming back going strong, man?
I think Floyd's broke. So yeah, I guess go as strong as you can. But look, the thing about boxing is when old fighters try to come back, 99.9% of the time it doesn't go well. So unless he keeps, I guess he should. If he's in his 40s, I guess he should fight guys in their 60s.
Jeez. Well, Manny Pacquiao's 47, man.
Yeah, well, that's a mistake on Floyd's part. Manny's gonna beat the brakes off of Floyd. That's not even gonna be that good a fight. That's gonna get.
You really think so? They both been out the game for the same amount of time.
Nah, but only one of them had been mad as hell for over a decade. So no, he is gonna destroy him. If you ever saw the Camacho Sugar Ray Leonard fight, you're getting ready to see that again.
Oh man, I don't know. I think Floyd gonna pull it off, man, or they gonna pull the rug. Come on, we all know they force people to take dives and stuff, man.
I don't think so. If Manny's healthy, he might not even knock Floyd out. I think he might hold him up just to beat him up some more.
But Floyd is fighting Tyson, and then he got a MMA fighter he's fighting in June. So,
and what is the catch weight? Because Tyson on a bad day walks around at what, like 220, 230?
But
what's the catch weight?
We all know Tyson ain't gonna punch him for real. There's no way. His body can't hold a Tyson punch. That don't make sense to me.
My guess is they're gonna do like Floyd does in a lot of his fights, wear big ass clown gloves that look like pillows. So yeah,
I think Tyson probably gonna wear them gloves. I don't think Floyd wearing them.
It won't be a real fight. It's just two old dudes trying to milk it and get some more money. I didn't care to see Tyson and Roy Jones, but I don't want to see that, man.
You don't think the Jake Paul Tyson fight was a good one?
I think it was good in terms of them both getting paid. but the fight itself, it was a young guy fighting a really, really old guy. And even though the young guy is not a good boxer, he did what he was supposed to do, beat a really old guy.
Hey, man, you ain't gonna get it. Somebody got to bring boxing back, Mo, man.
Not them old ass geriatrics. They're not bringing boxing back. They're killing boxing.
Hey, man. So, in other news, so we have a possible real return for Jason Tatum. How do you like this for Boston, man? Or do you think he should come back this soon?
My only really concern is about his health. When I hear other people make comments like, well, you don't want him to come back and mess up the chemistry and mess up what they're doing, like their system didn't change. They play the same way. They play in space, they move bodies, they move the ball, and they shoot a lot of threes. He's not going to mess up anything if he comes back. The only question is who's ever starting. Your ass going to the bench. Jason Tatum coming back. Tatum don't have to adjust. The other guys got to adjust back to his normal role. But I don't think Jason Tatum coming back hurts them in any way. He only makes them better. My only question is he going to get medically cleared? Because it took Durant a year and a half to come back from that injury. If I were Jason Tatum and I'm thinking long term, I'm not rushing to get back. Even if you feel like you can go, just take the extra time like KD did. That way you can start next season, go into training camp 100% healthy. And if Boston under Brad Stevens, Joe Mazzulla, and that group do what they normally do, the Celtics will be favored to win the East next year. They'll probably win the East, but they will be favored to win the East. If you rush and you bring him back, and for any reason he's injured, you just cost yourself another season, maybe 2.
Yep. I see what you're saying that everybody's going to adjust to Tatum, but you don't think that's going to hurt the team, Tatum? Because Tatum's going to have to get back into basketball shape. Like, he's been working out and, you know what I mean, getting himself, keeping himself healthy and trying to build himself up, but you still got to get back into basketball game speed after sitting out for so long. So you don't think that's going to hurt the team?
No, because he's going to be on a pitch count. My guess is Tatum, his first 10 games or so, he'll probably play, 20 minutes, maybe 25 tops. It's not about him coming back and averaging 28 points a game like he did prior to the injury. It is like you said, he's got to get in basketball shape and he's got to get his rhythm back. This is all contingent on if he should come back, but he doesn't need to come back and be the leading scorer like he was prior to the injury. He can come back and be a secondary role because of what Jaylen Brown's done this year. And I think that would be fine. Again, this is all contingent on if he comes back or not. But I don't think it's going to be a huge adjustment. The system's the same. The only difference is there's a guy that's starting that won't start, but Tatum's going to be on a pitch count. So it's not like that guy won't get his minutes. Tatum's going to play about 20 minutes a game. And it'll be about getting in conditioning heading into the postseason. Matter of fact, I would say if he comes back, whatever he does in the regular season, I wouldn't worry about those numbers. I would just worry about him getting in shape and getting revved up for the playoffs.
True. So I think it was Gina Will yesterday said that Celtics should have him come off the bench like a 6-man for like Manu Ginobili style to keep, because the Celtics are, they got good chemistry going right now. They rolling without him. So they say bringing Tatum in so he can get more acclimated, but also he can give that second unit a push when the starters got to sit and get a breather. How you feel about that, man?
I mean, I think the smart move would be to stagger Tatum and Brown's minutes. So I kind of agree with that they don't need to play together, initially, but I still don't know if Tatum comes off the bench. Like I think for Jason Tatum to come off the bench, Jason Tatum would have to be okay with it. So if he's okay with it, that's great. But if he says, "Nah, I'd rather start and then you can take me out or whatever," then do it that way too. But yeah,
but that was my argument. I don't think any of the superstars want to come off the bench when they're in their prime.
I feel the same way. And I don't even think it's about putting up numbers. It's just like Tatum's like, look, if I'm going to play less minutes, I'll play less minutes, but I should still start. But that makes sense to me.
So the NBA is battling load management and super team pressure, while the NFL is redefining quarterback greatness in real time. Who's under more pressure? Is it the NBA superstars or the NFL franchise quarterbacks?
It's probably the NBA superstars to some degree. Only because basketball, it is a team sport, but one great individual talent can control a series. We've seen it time and time again. Whereas in football, you could have the very best quarterback in football. He could have an MVP season and still not win the Super Bowl because maybe his right tackle isn't what he should be, or the left tackle, or the defense can't stop a nosebleed. Like, there's too many variables in football. Like, the quarterback gets all the glory, but they need everybody. They need their O-line. They need the wide receivers, defense, the whole nine. So I don't think they feel pressure, but everybody knows that it's contingent upon how great everybody else plays. Just look at the Super Bowl. The Patriots' offensive line it just got destroyed, and concurrently Drake May got destroyed. So it does matter. I think that the NBA has more pressure because their stars are more in the spotlight than the quarterbacks are. They're usually the best player. Like, it's not like the quarterback goes back on defense and plays defense too. In the NBA, the star players, they're on both ends of the floor. The quarterback plays on one side of football.
Yeah, agreed. I don't know. I think the NBA might be under more pressure than the NFL too.
No, I agree. I agree. I think they are, but I think that's more about fan perception, and where the game is. Like everybody keeps saying the game's in a great place. I think it's in a great place when you talk about all the young talent that's in the league. But in terms of, I guess, fans enjoying the game or where the game's played, the game's not in a great place because the ratings keep dropping. The ratings keep going down. They're going down for a reason. So something's missing in the NBA that we're starting to lose the casual fan, and that's not a good thing.
Do you think it's due to, players such as Kawhi Leonard and them just taking breaks when people paying hard-earned money to come see these people play, and you sit in this game? Like back in the day, it was like, oh, AI had to have a broke leg before he's sitting out, or he can't. His whole right arm is missing, and he can't come out and play before he sit down.
I think Kawhi Leonard has become the poster child for what's wrong with the NBA today, even though I don't think it's really on him. I think he's like a bad example because he's injured all the time. Not this idea that, well, he just sitting down because he don't feel like playing. That's not true. He has chronic knee issues, and the Clippers knew he had chronic knee issues when they brought him there. It wasn't a secret. He didn't fool them. He didn't trick them. They knew that. They knew they were going to have to deal with that. Matter of fact, the year he won the title with the Raptors, do you remember what the Raptors did with him? They load managed him throughout the regular season because the Raptors knew he had chronic issues.
Oh, y'all talking about Kawhi?
So this idea that there are guys who sit out who could play, but if you got a chronic knee issue, if you got a torn meniscus, you're not load managing, you're hurt. So I think,
isn't that up to you as a player and your organization to bring in some trainers to help you with your chronic knee issues? If you're a superstar player, LeBron spends millions of dollars on his body, man. Why is players not doing the same?
Well, I don't know that Kawhi is not doing the same, but I don't care if you have the best trainers in the world. I said he has chronic knee issues, meaning that there isn't a trainer in the world that can fix that. They can alleviate. They might be able to, didn't they? They might be able to they might be able to alleviate the pain, but I don't think they can fix that.
Come on, Mo, man. They fixed injury-prone CMC. He had a whole healthy season. The rest of the team just died this year, but y'all was still working.
I mean, you're comparing apples to oranges, though. We're talking about a guy that runs up a court 94 feet back and forth. CMC don't play defense. Kawhi Leonard does. He plays both ends of the floor. It's completely different. Like, I don't
know. You got to play against a defense that's trying to trash you on the other side.
Right.
Winning the ball.
But you ain't got to guard nobody. Like, CMC's not trying to stop Tyreek Hill. Feel me? Like, he only plays on one side of the ball. What I'm saying is, do I like it when Kawhi misses games or Anthony Davis misses games or Joel Embiid misses games? I don't. But the idea that these guys are not trying to play, I don't buy into that. Like you just said, LeBron spends $1 million on his body, and look, he's been probably maybe the healthiest star in the history of basketball. That's why a big part of his longevity. But LeBron sits out a lot of games. Nobody says anything about it. Because he's got to build.
I think this is the first year, right?
No, he's been sitting out games.
No, I mean, like he sits out, but he still was in contention to get NBA awards. This year, he actually sat out so long that he ain't even in contention for awards. Well, in the other year with the Lakers, when he was just completely injured the whole year.
My thing is, he sits out a ton too, and he got a built-in. It's a built-in excuse. Is well, he's 39. And now he's 40, and now he's 41, and now he's 42. So there'll always be an excuse. Like my thing is, if you sign to a contract and you're there to play. I don't think load management is as big a deal as it was a few years ago. And by the way, it wasn't brand new a few years ago. It's been around for more than a decade. So people acting like it's brand new, I don't really understand that. I think the mistake that Adam Silver made is he overcorrected when he put in the 65 game threshold in terms of being available or being able to win, MVP or any kind of accolade like all NBA. I think that's a mistake because what if a guy has an all-time great season, but he plays 57 games? And he's going to get robbed of the MVP because another guy who played 65 games, who had a good season for them, but not better than his, wins the MVP by default. I think that's a mistake. If you go back in the history of the league, there's been guys that play 50 games and won MVPs or 55 games and won MVPs. I think Silver's 65-game limit is too steep. If you want to instill something like that, go to 55 games.
I think that's more so because of the simple fact that this league is more skilled. Back then was more physical, and these players, for one, they've been milking the load management, so he's trying to force them to stop it. Back in the day, when people wasn't even doing load management like that, it was you're hurt or you're not. We on the court.
Different NBA. It goes back to any kind of conversation you have between the current NBA or the eras from the 90s or the 80s. Those are two completely different leagues. I don't air attacks. A lot of people air attacks. I don't air attacks. These guys are, a lot of them are more skilled. I don't think they're all more skilled. I think a lot of them are more skilled. But they're also more skilled because they've changed the rules to influence offensive numbers. You have guys that are very average putting up really good numbers because in this current league, who doesn't put up numbers? So I'm not in awe of numbers because in the current NBA, everybody puts up numbers.
But see, now with them being somebody playing 50 games versus somebody 65 games, somebody wins MVP over a guy that's played 65. You think that's okay? Since this is a more, because the dude with 50 games is going to have a higher average, right? Versus the guy that plays 65.
Not really. If you play 65 games, you average 30 points a game, and I play 50 games and I average 30 games.
But now
you know what I mean?
It comes down to the stats and statistics. Like this is a big stat statistics error, which means maybe the guy with 50 games is shooting 45% from the three or 45% from the field. Then you got the guy that plays 65 who's shooting maybe 39 or 44 from the field. Now it changes it, don't it?
So let me give you a better example. There's Cade Cunningham, who's the best player on the team with the best record in the East. And I think Cade Cunningham absolutely should get MVP consideration. And then there's SGA, the best player on the defending champions who have the best player in the entire league, or the best record in the entire league.
Better than Joker?
Well, they have the best record in the West. So yeah. Are you asking me, do I think Shai's better than Joker?
Mm-hmm.
He is better than Joker.
Ooh. See, I got a problem with that.
Well, I mean, a lot of people have problem with it, but only one of us is gonna be right, and that's me. So I mean, you can have a problem with it. I'm okay with people having a problem with it. People have a problem with me all the time. I'm gonna say it like this. I didn't see Wilt Chamberlain play. I don't think any of us saw Wilt Chamberlain play. And what we know about Wilt Chamberlain is we know about the numbers. And maybe
you ain't watched no Wilt Chamberlain games?
I've seen old black and white films of them.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, but I didn't sit there and watch the whole old black and white game. I got a life, man. I ain't gonna watch that crap.
So, Will, me and Mo was talking about who's under more pressure, the NBA superstars, man, or NFL franchise quarterbacks, due to load management and super team pressure. What you think?
Oh, I think it's NBA all day, and both of you are right, for your different reasons. But I think the only number that the NBA is looking at is its own, and when you have a superstar player who load manage, and fans go out to watch said player, he ain't playing, that can affect the NBA's bottom dollar at the end of the day. And I think that's the only thing the league's looking out for. They're not looking out for MVPs per se and things of that nature. No, they're looking out for their bottom dollar. And that's why that rule was instituted of 65. Do I think it's too high? Hell yeah, because an athlete's gonna get hurt. That's just plain and simple. Injuries happen. That's gonna happen. Regardless of who it is, be it Kawhi, hell, Michael Jordan got hurt. Hell, he got hurt. So
I think the only
injuries
time he got hurt was like that
first season, his rookie season. But players get hurt regardless. And is the 65 game threshold too high? I think so. But at the end of the day, the only number that the NBA cares about, the only thing that the league cares about is its bottom dollar. And that's why you're seeing all this stuff against load management.
Yeah, I don't disagree with why Silver's doing it, but I just think, remember, it's an 82 game season.
Right.
If you have the kind of season, for example, what Carmike just said, if you have the season that Joker's having, and he plays 55 games, but he doesn't win because he only plays 55 games, and this is no shade, but if Jaylen Brown were to beat Joker out for MVP, is he beating him out because he's better than Joker and that's why they voted for him, or is he beating him out because he plays 65 games? And let's be honest, that would be the reason. I like Jaylen Brown. He should get some MVP consideration. But if Shea or Joker play enough games, there's no way Jaylen Brown's going to win MVP.
Right.
Oh, man, he's not going to win MVP, man. I think the people running for MVP is Joker, Donnie, and SGA, the top three.
Well, Luka should not win MVP, so that should be out of the question.
I mean, the thing is, MVP don't mean what it usually mean no more. It's not, are you the most valuable player on and your team has the best record? It's just, are you the most valuable player in the game right now? You putting up the numbers that supersede everybody. Luka got crazy numbers this year.
No, then you would be wrong. Luka puts up numbers, but the MVP has shifted. It used to be just out and out who was the best player in the league, right? And it didn't matter if his team had the best record. It was that we all knew he was the best player in the game. And then it shifted to the best player on the best team.
Right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
It's a little bit different now, but the problem with that is Luka doesn't fit any of those. He ain't the best player on the best team, and he's not recognized as the best player. He's recognized as a stat magnet because he puts up numbers because he's a ball dominant player. But I don't think anybody considers Luka the best player in basketball. And if the Lakers are going to maintain the 5th or 6th seed, he has less chance to win MVP than Jaylen Brown. He's not going to win MVP. You can't, just because you put up a bunch of numbers, but you're a cone on defense, you're not winning MVP.
that wins. Yo, hold up. Joker don't play defense. He got MVP.
Well, I mean, he's a cone, but he's a very unique cone because I think
he can grab boards.
Well, not just
the boards,
not just because of the boards, but he plays center. There's very few centers. Let's be honest. Let's keep it a buck. There's very few centers in the current NBA that are great offensive centers that can just gobble him up. So you can hide him a lot better than you can hide a guy like Luka who plays on the perimeter.
Right.
This is true. So, speaking of Luka, is Luka putting up empty calories or historic? Is he having historic dominance?
It's empty calories to me because they ain't winning. Look, the Lakers but they're a bad basketball team, Carmike. They're a bad basketball team. They're bad on the defensive end. You have 3 guys who basically do the same thing, and they're all 3 ball dominant. So something's gonna have to shift. No one considers the LA Lakers title contenders. No one. And
Shaq said on the show, man, anything can happen, man.
Man, Shaq, man, look. Shaq need to stop eating all that Papa. Shaq need to stop eating all that Papa John's and come to reality. Look, maybe a first round playoff series. Okay, I'll give him that. But once that second round hit, it's done. It's just empty calories, and we've seen it before. You've seen it. Do you remember early Christian Laettner with the Minnesota Timberwolves? He was getting down.
He was a bucket.
He was getting down. But what? Timberwolves winning? Nope.
Nah.
Look, it's weird for me that people will constantly tell you that, well, today's NBA, they're bigger, stronger, better athletes, more explosive. And yet, got 2 guys that are considered top 5 players are less athletic than my mailman.
Yep.
So don't give me the how great the
Yep.
athletes are today when
Yep.
2 of the top 5 players are not great athletes.
Can neither one of them?
they-
Can neither one of them run? Can neither
Right.
one of them jump?
They both look like short order cooks, and
Yep.
and nobody can guard them. So
Yep.
something is wrong
Yep.
when the 2 least athletic players can't be guarded.
Yep.
Mo, Luka, empty calories or historic dominance?
I just think they're just numbers. They're not. It's not historic dominance. He. You know what he's consistent about? Whether the Lakers win or they're getting blown out, he gets his numbers. So he's consistent that way. And I'll be fair to him by saying this. I'm not saying Luka has to become an all NBA defender. I'm not even saying he's got to be close to that. But I do think you don't have to be a great individual defender to be a good team defender. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Just shuffle your feet a little bit more on the show and covers. Just do your part. He didn't have to be a great defender. I think the best thing that's going to happen to Luka will happen this offseason, and that'll be when LeBron leaves.
Who knows if LeBron is going to leave though?
Oh, he leaving.
He's leaving.
He
Come
leaving.
on.
He gone.
It's the worst kept secret in the NBA. He's leaving.
He gone.
Or maybe they just build a narrative just to say, "Hey, I'm coming back
Nah.
No,
for a 24th season with the Lakers."
With the way,
he wants one more shot at winning a title.
and with the way that team,
You say think they kept setting Cleveland up for him to come back? Is that what's happening?
I think there's only 2 places he can go: Cleveland or New York.
He ain't going to New York. Ain't no way.
Never say never. He's a very calculating dude. If he goes to New York, and remember he's going there as a free agent, so they don't have to give up nobody.
He must have business in New York if he going.
I mean, but I just think that he's calculating. If he's going to play another year and try to chase a title, the benefit of going to New York is this: if you win a title in New York, and they haven't won since 1973, winning a title in New York is like winning 2 titles.
and
It's taboo. If he won a title in New York, that would be his greatest. That would be his greatest accomplishment.
Not the
When
one
you-
in Cleveland?
No, it'd be bigger than that. We're talking. Remember, New York ain't won in since the 70s. Like, come on, man. Like the early the Knicks have been one of the bigger franchises forever, and they have won nothing. If this guy won a title in New York, I'm telling you, that would be the crowning jewel for him. Anytime anybody brought up that conversation about who's the GOAT, saying that you won a title in New York after they've been in a 60-year drought, that'd be crazy.
Cleveland would be his cheapest one. That would be cheap. That would be very cheap if you won in Cleveland. But that roster?
That's another really good roster too. But I think, yeah, you're right. I think he would get less credit. It still matters. A title's a title.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying the New York thing would be a bigger lift.
That would be huge.
So I think that if he's calculating like I think he is, Cleveland's the obvious choice of where he would go. But I think if he wants to take a big swing, it wouldn't shock me. Like I said, New York wouldn't have to give up nobody. They'd bring back their entire roster, which means they'd become deeper because you'd insert him into the starting lineup. My guess is Josh Hart would go back to coming off the bench, which makes sense anyway.
Yep.
That would be an interesting team.
And we can finally get Stephen A to shut the hell up.
You know what? I think that would be interesting because obviously they don't like each other. But the Knicks are Stephen A's favorite team, so that's interesting. Stephen A is going to be rooting for the guy that he can't stand.
Yep.
He's not going to root for LeBron. He's going to be rooting for the Knicks. So, who's the best player in the NBA right now, Mo?
I still think it's SGA.
I still think it's Joker.
Joker?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let me ask you this, Will. Who is having the best season this year in the NBA?
Are we talking? It doesn't matter what player we're talking about. I mean,
No,
does that
team,
okay?
The team in general.
Oh, the best team.
Yeah,
I think the best team right now. And I know a lot of people gonna kill me for not saying the Pistons, but I think the Celtics are playing really well. With that chemistry, without Jason Tatum doing their thing, with Jaylen Brown and pretty much a bunch of second tier players to keep the winning going, I think that's an impressive feat.
Mo, who'd you think?
I think nothing's changed. I think the best team in basketball and the team to beat are the
No,
defending
who's having the
champions.
best season this year? That's what.
What team's starting the best season?
I mean, it'd still be OKC. They have the best record in the league.
What? Why do y'all not think the Pistons and the Spurs are having one of the best
Wait,
seasons?
but
I don't.
see, you're not even answering your own question. You didn't say who's having the best season for that particular team. You said who's having the best season in the league. Well, there's one team who's got the best record in the league. That's OKC.
It is. They do have the best record, but I think the best team this season.
I don't trust the Pistons. I said it last
Pistons
night. I don't trust the Pistons on that level. I don't trust the Pistons. I don't trust the Pistons on that level because of the shooting and what's gonna happen when you lock up Cade. What's gonna happen?
You're not gonna win a title with that style of basketball. We've seen that style of basketball played over and over and over, and it has a ceiling, and the ceiling is never
bad boy Pistons, man.
If you lock up,
no, the bad boy Pistons had they were all they were all
tell him.
They were all dog. That's completely different. What I'm saying is, if Isaiah didn't get buckets, Dumars got buckets. If Dumars didn't get buckets, Vinny Johnson got buckets.
Yup.
This version of the Pistons, they don't have nobody like that. They got everything is contingent on Cade. If I run a second defender on Cade and say, I'm gonna take my chances with Tobias Harris dropping 30, I like my chances.
Yep. That's my problem with the Pistons.
So, Mo, let me ask you this: what NBA team has been the biggest disappointment this season?
The Orlando.
Orlando?
Yes.
Who you think, Will?
I gotta go with Orlando too. But the only reason why they're failing is because Pablo Banchero is just not finding himself, so to speak. He's so up and down and so inconsistent this season. That ain't even funny. Desmond Bane's probably your best player.
You know what it is about Banchero? And this applies to a lot of NBA players. You get caught up in what he could be, Will. Right? You recognize the talent and you go, this kid is going to be a beast. This kid is going to be one of the 5 best players in basketball. That's what he could be. But when you watch him play, he's a bad basketball player.
You put him into that Ben Simmons room, starting to put him in there, he's sliding that way.
Well, he's not Ben Simmons. He has no problem with shooting the basketball. The problem is he might shoot too much.
Right. I mean, without shooting the basketball, Ben Simmons still could have been one of the best players in the league, top 5.
I'm not arguing that. Look, had he not had the mental breakdown versus Atlanta, he'd still be averaging 16, 8, and 8, which is crazy numbers if you think about it for a 6'10" point guard. So I agree about that, but this isn't about, he's not like Ben Simmons. He doesn't lack for confidence. His problem is he's not a good team basketball player. He's not a winning player. He holds the ball too long, and when he does pass, he passes in traffic, so he's a high turnover guy. And he's not a good defensive player. Like they don't have a good system, and so maybe you can put some of this on the coach. All they do is play a series of isolation plays. They don't really have an offensive system. And when your 2 best players don't mesh, actually their 3 best players don't mesh, you usually go, well, we need to move somebody. Most people are going to say you're not going to move Paolo Banchero. Well, if you're not going to move him, then you need to come up with another solution because he and Franz Wagner don't work together. Nope. Along with Desmond Bane. Somebody has got to go, or he's got to change the way that he sees the basketball game. Maybe he should settle into the fact that I don't need to take 20 plus shots a game. I can find other ways to be effective. The guy is basically Carmelo Anthony on steroids. He's 6'9", 250 pounds, and he's a small forward. What small forward could stop him from getting to the basket if he wanted to?
In today's game, none.
Right.
Or very few.
But he settles for contested jump shots when he should just be wearing dudes out getting to the free throw line.
Right.
Ain't this the league? They settle for jump shots. They rather shoot the 3 than take it 2.
Well, they'd rather shoot the 3 or get to the foul line. I mean, that's what this league is. You either shoot 3s or you flop your way to the foul line.
So y'all don't think the Bucks, Clippers, or Grizzlies has been a disappointment this season?
The Bucks haven't been a disappointment because I knew they were going to be bad.
You saw the Bucks coming You saw the
Right.
Bucks. You saw the Bucks coming being bad. You saw that.
Right. And the Grizzlies, they have been a disappointment because I knew they were going to be bad.
Yeah.
Those aren't shockers. They have been bad the last 3 years. And we keep saying year after year, this will be the year when John Morant gets it together and he starts looking like John Morant of 4 years ago. It's over. It's over. I'm not saying it's over in terms of him being a good player, but it is over in terms of him being a franchise player.
Yeah.
So the Clippers ain't a disappointment this season?
You know they're bad
the Clippers
too.
were going to be good.
You know they're bad too.
It was the conference last year,
You
man.
know they're bad too.
I know, but they changed a big chunk of their team. And Carmike, they came into the season the oldest team in the NBA by far.
They're that team represent. They sponsored by the AARP. That's how old they are. They're old.
Right. They should be doing commercials for Shady Oaks Retirement Center. They got
They should be doing.
roster.
They should carry consumer cellular cell phones and jitterbugs.
The best thing, Carmike and Will, that could happen to the Clippers, if this happens, because I've heard rumors about the punishment for the Clippers would be, if you want to call it a punishment, they get to void Kawhi Leonard's contract.
There ain't no punishment.
That's
a
right, right. But I actually think it's a help both ways.
Yeah,
because if you're Kawhi, you're not gonna win nothing with the Clippers. They don't have nothing there. But if suddenly you're a free agent,
like
you
go
can
anywhere
go where you want to go.
Yeah.
So that's a come up for him.
If Raptors Kawhi was on the Clippers team, you don't think he can carry them?
No, it's a bad.
He did the Raptors.
He played with some hoopers though. Who's he playing with on that squad? Like I know,
he played with some people that stepped up, man. Well, Siakam came out of nowhere. You had Van Fleet, who was a 3-point sniper all of a sudden. Like, it was weird season for the Raptors, man.
Right, but all those guys you name were in their 20s. All the guys he playing with now that ain't named Darius Garland are in their 30s.
Darius Garland got his first buckets as a Clipper last night, though.
He did. And look, I think he'll do well there. But if I'm Kawhi, I'm hoping they void my contract.
Dang. So Mo, let's talk about I'm about to say DeAndre Ayton said to the media that he is not Clint Capella. What's your thoughts on that, man?
Well, he's right. If he was Clint Capella, the Lakers would be a top 3 seed. So he's definitely not Clint Capella. And he's not DeAndre Ayton. He's not any of those guys. You're right. He's none of those guys. And what they all have in common is they all work hard, they all defend the paint, they all rebound like big men. He's
let's be real, Mo. He was saying it as a sneak diss that his role with the Lakers is being diminishing. He ain't that guy, man. He's I could go get 20 and 10 guy.
Yeah, I think he can get 20 and 10 on a bad team. I think he could do well. Like hopefully when he lands in Sacramento, he'll probably put up 20 and 10. They ain't gonna win.
But the Suns was averaging what?
Did he do it with Portland though?
He did it with the Suns.
Right, but the 18 and 10, and I believe.
But you got Chris Paul.
There it is. The 18 and 10 isn't about his offensive skill set.
That's Chris Paul.
It was that Chris Paul set him up for lobs and layups. Like, look, he played with a great point guard. He also played with one of the best 2 guards, and he got 18 points as the third option, basically. Like he was the second leading scorer, but everybody knew the 2 best players, Chris Paul, Devin Booker. If DeAndre Ayton wants to be one of the 2 best players on your team, then your team is not going to the playoffs. Your team is a lottery team.
We talked about last night. He can't even come to the Bulls and be the first option.
Right. He sees himself in a way that nobody else in the league sees him.
Yeah.
He sees himself as, in his mind, it's me, Joker, Embiid, and Cat. And in their minds, it's like, who the hell is this guy?
So let me ask you this, Mo. If we go into the playoffs right now, what team scares you in a 7-game series that don't have a lot of talent on paper?
A lot that doesn't have a lot of talent on paper.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. It's weird that you say that. Well, we just talked about them. I think the Celtics are scary because they don't have a lot of. That's not a star-studded roster. You recognize some of the names, but it's not a star-studded roster. But to be fair, we talk about Detroit like they got like 3 all-stars on that team. They got Cade and Duran, but everybody else, they're just dogs. They're just
Right.
hard. I mean, they get after it, but they don't have a lot of firepower in that team. I think the Pistons are overachievers. If you look at that roster top to bottom, that might be Cade's biggest claim to MVP. That look what he's doing night in and night out. And don't forget, Jalen Duren misses a lot of time with injuries, so sometimes Cade's doing it without Duren.
Right.
I think Boston and Detroit, in terms of talent, are the two teams nobody wants to see, especially Boston, because they're playing with house money. They're playing like if they lose in the first round, nobody's going to go, the Celtics. There's not a disappointment. They had the Celtics coming into this season. The prediction was they weren't going to win more than 40 games.
Mm-hmm.
You're right.
That Boston team,
I ain't think they're doing the 49ers thing, man.
The Boston next man up has been the big thing with Boston. They're well coached. They're doing their thing, man. Got to give them their flowers. And even if they do go out in the first round, you've overachieved what you should have done this season.
And you've given confidence to a lot of role players because a lot of guys got minutes with
Yep.
Tatum out, which means that going into next season, the Celtics are going to be that much deeper. Those role players are going to be that much more competent within the system. So again, like I said, a lot of people are like Tatum comes back, they'll be scary. I'm more about caution. I'd rather him just wait.
Yeah.
I
Protect
mean,
the player.
it's not he's not as old as Durant was when Durant tore his. Tatum, he'll be 28 next year. Like he's still a young man.
Yeah.
He's actually younger than Jaylen Brown. He's still a young man.
Mhm.
So I think the two of them together with the surrounding talent. If I'm Brad Stevens, I'm thinking about the future. I'm excited about what we did this year, but I'm not going to risk my franchise player.
Well, you with the Celtics too?
With the Celtics too.
With the Celtics too.
Yep.
All right, so this is getting realer for the Vikings as well. It's getting real. We talked about it yesterday, but they're looking more towards bringing Tua as their franchise quarterback, man, in Minnesota, man. How you feel about this?
I don't like that. I don't like that at all. You got one of the best receivers in the league on that team. Tua ain't gonna be able to get the ball to him. He ain't gonna be able to get the ball to him. You got one of the. You got a pretty good tight end. I don't know what they're gonna do at running back because it look like they're making changes as far as their running game goes. But I just don't like it because of the fact you got a quarterback who can't throw deep, and you're gonna hurt Justin Jefferson. Boy. Oh my God!
Why the people don't think Tua can throw the ball? He can throw the ball better than Jalen Hurts.
He's accurate, but he doesn't have deep ball arm strength.
He can't throw the deep ball, and that's part of Jetta's game.
Yep. If you play with Tua and you're a wide receiver, you're gonna catch a lot of medicine balls.
I hate this.
Who has
I
a better
hate to
route
say
tree,
this.
though?
I
Is
hate
it Jetta or is it Tyreek Hill?
Oh, it's Jetta. It's not even close.
Oh, it's close. Not close.
Tyreek Hill runs 3 routes. He's the best in the world at him, but he only runs 3 routes.
See, that was my point because he's only really good deep threat, or he can catch a screen and take one to the house.
Right, or a quick slant. There's his 3 routes.
Yeah. So, just saying, man.
I hate to say this, and Mo, I hate to say this. We talked about it last night too. Who would you rather see in Minnesota? Do you think this is a place where Kyler might go?
I don't think he'll get Kyler because Kyler is not going to be there come November. They don't want him. He's never there in November. He's want to play, sit at home and stream and play COD all day.
He's got some ties though. He's got some. He's got some. He will have some good. He will have some good benefits if he went to Minnesota though. Coach, offensive coordinator, he'll have some good benefits if he did that.
I'm not a big Kyler Murray fan, but I would rather, if I'm Minnesota, I would rather have him than Tua.
Yeah. I would too. If you could keep him engaged, that's the key question. If you can keep him engaged,
you don't like Tua in Minnesota?
Look, the problem with Tua is it isn't just that he didn't have a great arm; it's that he's so fragile. I think he would be a good backup quarterback. I know a guy like Tua don't want to hear that, like he don't want to be backup, but I don't think I would invest in him to be my franchise quarterback with his injury history.
Mo, David Montgomery got traded to the Texans. How you like this move, man?
It's an upgrade. Montgomery can run between the tackles. He's deceptively explosive.
Texans don't have a line.
Well, I mean, they have a whole offseason to fix that, right?
And a draft.
So I think getting Montgomery. Look, Nick Chubb, I give him a lot of credit for coming back from the injury, but obviously he's not quite the same player.
Will, what you think?
I love the move. He didn't. It seems like he didn't want to be there anymore. You put him in a good situation. He's gonna be the starter, and you do have a draft and a whole off season to fix that offensive line. So yeah, I like the move a lot. That was a good trade.
So the Giants are making a push to get Kenneth Walker III. Do you approve or disapprove of this move, Will?
I don't know why Seattle wouldn't want to pay him or whatever the case may be. He had a good season. He's a good running back. But again,
who said running backs can't win championships?
Thank you. But yeah, I wouldn't want to go to the Giants in that particular situation. It's a rebuild. You don't know what's going to happen to Jackson Dart. You're going to be competing with Cam Scatterboo for carries.
Cam ain't going to be back. He ain't going to be back till maybe mid-season probably.
Oh,
man, broke his whole leg, gone.
I
falling off the bone. You know that tender.
Yeah. But I would prefer to stay in Seattle. But I get it. I would prefer to stay in Seattle. But you got your ring, so now it's time to go for the money. So I get it.
They're gonna pay something. Have to pay him for that.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm saying. He got the ring. Now he's going for the money.
And he got an MVP and a ring.
And a ring. So yeah. He gonna get the money, and I understand that. But as a team concept and better situation, I'd rather stay with the Seahawks.
Well, what you think, man?
It's a good pickup for the Giants. He's already an established running back. And you're right, Scatterboo's not going to be back anytime soon. And even if Scatterboo comes back, I don't think Scatterboo's a better running back than he is. So what would happen? They would split time at best because he's not better than him. So
Scatterboo got swagger though, man. You see that?
He got swagger, but Walker's just better. Have all the swag you want. The other guy's better. I don't care if you do cartwheels. I don't mean that to
me. I just like the situation in Seattle a little bit better. You got JSN, and people keep telling me, yeah, you do have elite neighbors, but he coming off injury, so you don't know if you're gonna have the same elite neighbors or not.
Oh yeah, they coming off a major injury too.
I mean, that's the thing, man. You probably gonna have to replace Cooper Kupp, who need to sit his ass down now. But yeah. Definitely. I'd rather him stay in Seattle than go to the Giants.
All right. And at this time in the show, I'm gonna go ahead and turn it over to you, Will.
All right, everybody. On the heels of Elimination Chamber. Mo, did you like Elimination Chamber? Did you like the event?
I did not. I thought it was kind of, I don't know, it was kind of meh. Like
predictable.
Like it was one of those kind of things when you watched it. Well, I watched it at a friend, so I could say like, thank God I didn't pay for it. But, I just didn't think it was that good, and you knew when Rhea dropped the tag belts that she was going to win Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
So it was anticlimactic, and then you knew when Randy Orton won Elimination Chamber, like with no hesitation, Triple H and Creative was like, well, that might not work because suddenly Cody's back in the picture again, right? Because now Cody's going to wrestle Drew for the belt on SmackDown, which has me to believe Cody's going to beat Drew, right?
Yep.
That's what's going to happen. So I like it when they give you fresh surprises, but when they do the things that are really, really predictable, it isn't that good. In the matches, Will, like you saw how many mistakes were made throughout some of those matches. It was just really bad. Like it wasn't the worst pay-per-view, but it was definitely far from one of the best. Yeah. It was just underwhelming. It was disappointing.
Did you like the man that came out the box?
That was so stupid. When they first threw the box out there. I'm like, don't let this be something really, really stupid. And it was something really, really stupid.
If it was Jericho, it would have got over. It would have got over better if it was Chris Jericho. But him, nah, that don't work for me.
That was so dumb.
Yeah, it was. Switching over to Monday Night Raw. Did you like that promo Roman Reigns and CM Punk cut at the end?
Yeah, it would. Look, I thought obviously their first promo, Reigns did the drop the mic moment. This time around, CM Punk dropped the mic. Yeah, it was. They have a really intense chemistry that works, but it's so intense that they probably shouldn't cut, but maybe one or two more promos because it's like thick. The intensity is, but yeah, I enjoyed it. It in a lot of ways, it was the highlight of the show.
Who's gonna take on AJ Lee for that women's Intercontinental title?
That's a good question. It won't be Bex, not anytime soon.
No.
I don't know. Well, give me a good heel because they don't have a lot of heel. I mean, Asuka could definitely be a contender or somebody that she could take on, or maybe I was gonna say, or maybe Tiff.
You just gotta watch out though, because AJ can't be believable with everybody. That's my one thing.
And the thing about her is she's kind of a tweener, right? Because she can wrestle a little bit, but she was also like the last of that Divas era where it wasn't really wrestling per se, if you know what I mean. So I don't know. Yeah, you got to be really careful about who you pair her with.
Yeah. You just can't put her with somebody like a Rhea or a Cargill or anybody like that because it just wouldn't be a very believable match.
Right. Maybe they'll put her with one of the Bella sisters. I'm just saying.
Somebody told me last night they really need to bring Paige back and restart that rivalry.
Paige would be interesting.
Or Soraya, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, that's another one.
Or Soraya, whatever you want to call it.
That would be a good surprise. I'm here for that.
But yeah, just gotta watch out who you pair her with. And finally, we got a new Intercontinental Champion last night. Penta won. What did you think about that match before we close out?
I mean, I thought it was a good match. I feel like Penta is one of those kind of guys that he's entertaining, but I don't think he's going to hold the belt very long.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Transitional champion.
He's a transitional champion. Plus, obviously, because he doesn't speak the language very well, he's not going to be good on the mic. So I think he'll have a short run.
Yeah, I think so too.
The only question is, who wins the belt from him? Will it be Dom, or instead of Dom, will it be Finn Balor?
I would put it back on Dom and have Dom drop it to Finn.
I like that.
But Finn will have to. But what I want to see, I want to see Demon Finn come back.
Oh, hey, that's been a minute.
We get Demon Finn back to win that thing. Heck yeah, we working with something then, boy.
I like that. The Demon comes back. Okay.
Yes, sir. I like that. All right, Carmine. That's all I got, my brother.
So I want to talk about something that's coming up very soon, man. Well, they ain't very soon, but you know, the MLB the owners want to implement a salary cap. They got a cap proposal for 260 to 280 million and a floor of 140 to 160.
Good luck with that.
I know, right?
Good luck with that. You don't you done had the prisoners run the asylum for how long?
Yeah.
And now you want to put them? No.
Look, as a casual Dodgers fan, I don't like that.
I'm a poor Mets fan. That ain't gonna work.
and the one thing about baseball is the MLB, their players union, they have the strongest player union in all of sports.
The players union ain't going for it.
They are not going for it.
We're looking at a lockout there.
Yeah.
They ain't trying to get their money cap.
That's not gonna happen.
That ain't gonna happen.
So y'all
waited way too long for that.
Balancing the MLB out.
That should have been a decade ago.
It is balanced out. What are you talking about?
It should have been. If you're gonna bring in
teams pushing 300+ million on salary cap.
But if you wanted to push a
I'm
salary,
okay
you
with
should have you should have done that a decade or two ago.
True.
I mean, because now you let this happen, the league, and let this happen with the owners to just wreck shop, and it ain't go. I don't care what the owners say. I don't care what proposal you come out with. Players ain't going for that.
And I would say this: when you say the owners want a salary cap, are you sure? Because I would argue that that's not unanimous.
You don't
'Cause
get the Dodgers.
I-
You don't
I-
get the Dodgers
I was
if you
gonna
got a
say-
salary cap.
My guess is that some of the smaller market teams that ain't got no money, that's how they feel. But if you're a team like the Dodgers that just press money, they don't agree with that.
I mean, well, you know, it's only like
The
five teams.
I know the Yankees don't agree with that.
It's only like five.
Dodgers
teams
don't
that's
win.
like
Dodgers
over
don't
cap
win
limit.
without that payroll, baby. They've proven that.
Yeah, there's only like 5 teams over the cap limit, so the rest of them need some help, man.
They ain't gonna happen. both New York teams got it.
So, but yeah,
Because I know the Mets are close, if not there.
Yeah. Yeah.
They close, if not there. So no, it ain't gonna happen, man. It ain't gonna happen.
Yo, why y'all don't like a salary cap, man? You could balance the league out.
The league is fine as it is.
There's
Yeah.
only several
It
teams
ain't-
dominated.
it ain't
Then you
hurting
might
the
have a
league now.
trickle of a team that just might
It ain't hurting
squeeze
the
out.
league now. Look, you're still gonna get teams who are gonna underneath the salary cap to perform. Go back and look at the Mariners, for example.
That's my point of
Go back
saying
and look
there
at
are
the
several
Mariners for-
teams that
but-
will
but they're-
squeak in there.
But
But
they
they
are
gotta-
still
You know they gotta look hard for this talent.
but they are still a success. But they are still a successful team. Is my
They got-
point.
There's 5 teams that don't have to look hard for talent because they can just, hey, come on over here, man. We'll pay you, brother. Come on, we got you.
But they
Come to
but
the
still.
Dodgers. Dodgers
but
out here
still-
paying $470 million.
But look,
What is it? No, it's like 410, something like that, something crazy.
But look, the
For players.
Mariners are still a successful team in this current system. that's my point.
But how long are they going to be?
That's my point.
Where they got teams that's poaching players as soon as they're available.
Well, again, that means people got to do a better job in personnel, got to do a better job in scouting. They got to do their job to get players to come in there to equal things out.
Come on, Will.
That's
How many
what- that's
times
what
have
that
you
means.
left the job?
That's
to
what
get
that
more money
means.
somewhere else.
What?
How many times have you left the job to go make more money somewhere else?
Carmike, I'm in a position right now. I was making more money at my former job than I'm making now, but I'm a lot happier than where I'm at right
that's
now,
different. See,
making
you're older
less
guy,
money.
happy
It
with
can happen,
happiness.
Carmike. It can
You-
happen.
You're older guy that went for happiness. We talk about young guys who looking for money.
You don't think these young guys want to win? If a lesser team can give you less money, but you can be in a position to where you can win, do you know what winning means, Carmike? That means more promo on your side, more stats on your side. And when you get done playing, TV deals could be available for you, other promotional deals, commercials, brand deals, things like that can be possible for you. It's not all about the MLB and making MLB money. It's about making money outside the MLB, particularly when you're done playing.
Mm-hmm.
Parody is overrated.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
I mean,
you know, the
MLB
league,
can have both. You can.
I
you
think
can
the
make
league-
money. You can go
I
to
think
Dodgers,
that-
make money and win.
I think MLB is fine the way it is.
Go to
Correct.
Yankees, make money and win.
I think they're fine right now. I think the league is fine where it is right now. Don't
mean-
upset that. Don't upset the apple cart.
Man, they want to, man. People, other owners want to have an opportunity, man.
Well, guess what? The owner's about to get told, hell no.
Yeah, they
about to
are.
They about to get told, hell no.
And if you're a small market owner and there's a lockout, you're gonna feel the pinch. You're gonna feel it.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, what is this? Look at
But
this.
you got to blame that owner, because when the owner came into it being a small market man, he knew the struggles he was gonna have to face.
That's
You know,
fact.
I think it comes down to the teams that ain't had an opportunity to play for a title, man. That's what the problem is.
Nah, because the thing about it, even look, at the end of the day, if you don't have the horses, if you don't pick the right horses, I don't care what the salary cap is. You got to have the horses, and if you don't have the horses, it don't matter. So right now you don't have the salary cap. You say the smaller teams aren't competing. Are they going to be able to compete on a Are they going to be able to compete on the salary cap?
Well, yeah, because
particularly right away.
Well, people taking pay cuts. They gonna take pay cuts to stay on the Dodgers and the Yankees and them.
Man, look, and that's why I say there's nothing wrong with MLB right now. There's nothing wrong with, in my opinion, there's nothing wrong with it right now. Nothing.
I think the idea is to get heavy hitters to go out and be on other teams and not instead of everybody being stacked with pitchers and hitters. You got now maybe the Colorado Rockies that can have an elite player that's getting paid $70 million a year, like Ohtani. You know what I mean? Like,
but smaller market teams have to make themselves more available and attractive to get these free agents to come play for you.
Bro, nobody want to go to Colorado to play. It's cold out there.
But that's Colorado's problem. That's Colorado's problem. That's like the Bucks. And I asked the question yesterday, and I never got with Brent to get the answer. Why would you go play for the Milwaukee Bucks? Minnesota, I get you because you got a sort of a established some kind of pseudo championship team there. If you make a few more moves, why would you go play for the Bucks? It's cold. I don't know the nightlife there, but it's cold during the winter. And why would you go there? You have to make yourself attractive as an organization to lure free agents to come play for you. And right now, some of these smaller market teams in the NBA, they're not doing that. They're not doing that.
I mean, it's a little hard when you're going against heavy hitters, but that is our time for the day. I appreciate everybody stopping through to Wire to Wire and Coffee Sports this morning, man. I appreciate Will and Mo coming through. Will, you can close us out, big dog. You got any closing remarks for our people?
Just want to say thank you for everybody coming through this morning on Wire to Wire Network for Coffee and Sports in the morning. We will see you guys tomorrow. You guys have a wonderful day.